We're recording. Let's go. Dude, vocal warm-ups. So today we've got Brooke Milliner on the podcast. I was thinking about how to introduce you, but I don't know. Because I feel like a lot of people know you.
That was dead. You have to do it again,
I have to do
bro.
it. I haven't even started yet. I think a lot of people know you for being one of the UK's top battlers, doing a lot of dance things around the scene. I think you've been involved in a lot of shit over the years, and that's what people know you for. I feel like I've known you for a while because I met Rox in like 2007, I think. And I remember her showing me your MySpace. And and it was you when you were like heavy into locking, I think. I don't even think you were popping much at that point. Or you weren't like...
Not in 2007, no.
Like advertising it, yeah. Because I remember her showing me you and you had all the like stripy socks and all that and all the embedded videos.
Yeah, boy. MySpace, you know, flipping it.
That's how you know I've been around. No.
Facts.
Yeah, so I've known you for a while because of that, and then just I guess through the battle scene. What do you feel is like you as an artist right now? What's your priority? What's your top thing? Do you still feel like you're a battler who does other stuff, or are you a choreographer who does battles, or what's your...
Well, I don't do as many battles as I used to, for sure. I did 2 last year.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Invites, or you chose to go?
Juste Debout.
Yeah.
Was a qualifier, and Summer Dance was an invite.
Okay.
I think it was only 2.
Oh, because that was the like Warrior edition thing, right? Damn.
But yeah, as much as I've always been a battler, I've always been a dancer that does shows. So I started with that, and a choreographer as well. So yeah, that's probably my main focus: choreography and direction. But yeah, I'm still training, not as much as I used to, but I'm always ready, bro.
Yeah, we're gonna get onto that. But so is that like, that's a conscious decision that you want to move more or focus more on your choreography and direction than necessarily being like the best battler in the world kind of thing?
Kind of, yeah. It's not like I wasn't thinking about that before, but training more regularly, traveling a lot for events and stuff, you know, it takes a lot of time. So yeah, I'm not doing that as much as I mean, I still like it, but I don't really love it like I used to. The same energy is not there.
Any particular reason, or?
I think with that side of that side of things, there's only so far you can go, and so much you can do. You know, you see the same faces. You know, nothing wrong with it. You know what I mean? It's just, I'm still gonna be there, but I think there's more to explore. Yeah, definitely. On the other side of things.
Especially, how long have you been competing?
My first competition, I think, was 2002.
Was it? Oh shit.
Was it GWI? I think.
That was with that was with Plague.
2001, 2002. No, it was with Exclusive. They were called Exclusive.
Oh shit. Okay.
And then dancing with them is when I met Plague.
Right. Cool.
And saw them at the same competition, smacking people up.
And then I reckon I was there for your first popping battle, wasn't I? Was that Throwdown?
It wasn't. I was thinking about this on the way here, but the first battle I did, popping battle, was just in a club, and it was kind of like Who Wants to Enter. There was only 4 people that entered. I battled Carlos. Okay. Rest in peace. Yeah. The only person that's beat me that I haven't beaten them back.
Oh, so wow.
Big up for that, Carlos.
Yeah, that's a good title to hold.
But yeah, that kind of, and I wasn't popping then. It was 2006. Okay. I had been to a few classes or whatever, but I was locking then. But yeah, the Throwdown was the first like
official.
Yeah. Exactly.
Did you win that one?
No.
Who beat you, or where would you?
That was the 7 to Smoke, yeah.
I just remember you and Sean battling, and I think I remember
Sean beat me.
Oh yeah, that might be. Was that the one in the church? After, you remember Plan B had a fire?
Fire, yeah. I can't remember.
I remember that there was one there, and I think I remember you and Sean in that, but I don't know if that was the first one.
I think that was the first one.
Yeah.
Throwdown, yeah. 2009, end of 2009.
Yeah. Because I feel like you we already knew that you were a good popper before you entered at that point? Like, did you choose to wait before you entered battles, or why did you?
I think that, well, being a good popper then was not like being a good popper now, you know what I mean?
Sure.
Like, but yeah, I was just going classes. My focus was still locking then.
Right. And I guess because where I was seeing you pop more was in like plague shows and stuff.
Right. Yeah.
As opposed to
exactly
winning battles or anything.
But yeah, I mean, I wasn't super confident about it. But yeah, and I was focusing on shows and stuff as well. So,
right.
But yeah, after that, holding the L like that, I was like, can't be having that no more. You know what I mean?
And then that was like a drive to.
Yeah, one of the drives.
Yeah,
there was a few of them.
Because I think I remember Sean talking about that to me one point. I haven't cleared this with him if it's fine to talk about, but I think I remember him saying that like he beat you the first time and then you just kind of like got super good, and then it was a drive for him to then be like, oh fuck, I used to beat this guy, like, and now he's doing good, and it made him push. I think that's what he said. Sean, don't kill me if you're listening.
Yeah, I think so.
But yeah, that's dope, especially in your own crew and with your own friends. It's nice to have like people that push you and drive you like that. But I feel like you're mad competitive. Is that
mad competitive?
Yeah,
bruv, about everything.
Yeah, because I remember talking to you about like games, even on your phone and stuff, and you're like always competitive about trying to be the winner. Is that where you find? Is that what you fell in love with about battling? About I want to win everything.
Probably.
Yeah.
Probably. I mean, because I've always been competing since I was 6 or no, I started trampolining when I was 6.
Right. And what was because you did like world champs or something? You were a world champ.
Yeah.
Trampolining.
No, I wasn't a world champ. I did the world championship.
Okay, right. You did them. Right.
Yeah. I was in the Great Britain squad.
Right.
So I started when I was 6, and then up until 19, I was doing trampolining.
Okay.
Came 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th in the world.
And that still burns clearly.
Yeah. That's peak. But yeah, I was national champion 6 times.
Damn.
So yeah, and then that, like, I couldn't spend as much. I went to Russia for a training camp.
Yeah.
And these brothers were training 3 times a day.
Oh, fuck.
They just lived at the complex.
Yeah.
And then I was struggling to train 3 times a week. You know what I mean? So
because of time commitments, or just isn't physically.
Well, we just didn't train that much anyway.
Right.
But obviously, I had to travel like 30 miles to my trampolining club, and I was starting to dance as well. So, and with trampolining, it's not really like dance where you can not train and just like whoop everyone.
Yeah.
It's not like that. Like if you miss a couple of days, like your balance is off.
Right. And I guess you can't just dance you can dance in your room, but you can't just trampoline in your room.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. That's another reason. Yeah. So it got to the point where it's like I kind of didn't love it like I used to anymore.
Do you think that had a similar thing with dance, where you felt like you kind of, I've been to world champs, I've been like, what else kind of, even if you haven't like won world champs, you're like, yeah, but where's I can't go to universal champs.
In a way, yeah.
Yeah.
But in a way, yeah.
Kind of like I've seen the highest level, even if I'm not winning it. Like it's kind of like that you with dance, right? It's like
there's that, and then just the fact that I've been doing it for ages, you know, and then there's different things I want to do. Like if I focus too much on one, I can't really do the other.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
So being competitive and like coming from a sports background, do you feel like that shapes how you set up your dance, especially in battles, that you're more focused on like, okay, I'm not saying that you think this, but I'm asking you, do you feel like you're more focused on like, okay, what's going to get me the win, as opposed to like in a battle, like how can I express myself? Because maybe definitely. This isn't the place.
Me, I go into competitions to win it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Even if I don't think I'm the best dancer in the competition, I'm trying to win it. I know like a lot of people don't agree with that. Kev actually told me, Kev being Renegade, you need to just lose.
Right.
So, because I was just trying to win, and it's not necessarily dancing the best that I can, you know what I mean? And then he was like, yeah, you need to just take some L's. I never listened, like I never just accepted that, but
you have been told.
Yeah. I mean, I'm sure a lot of people are the same. When you're just dancing in a cypher, or you probably do your best stuff. But but yeah, definitely.
But I think I've always said this, and I actually always use you as an example of this because I think you've told me something along those lines before. But I always think it's like it's not necessarily what your aim is, whether it's to win, whether it's to express yourself, but as long as you know that. Because I think what I've seen the most people like the most times when people feel bad about battling or lose their self is when they don't know why they're entering. Like they want to be an artist and express themselves, but they're trying to win and they feel bad for not winning. But then you're not training to win, you're training to express yourself. You know what I mean? So I feel like with you, it's like if you go in thinking I'm here to win, and you know, maybe in my head I think this person's better than me, I think this, but I know how to beat them in a competition thing, then you're not necessarily going to feel as bad as someone who doesn't quite know where their head is at when they enter.
I mean, this is kind of the thing, because I've never just been someone that focuses on battles only.
Yeah.
You know, you have the cypher element, you have a stage, there's teaching, there's competitions, there's like real battles, not real battles, but like where there's no rules or whatever. This is specifically a competition with rules. Yeah. You know what I mean? And yeah, for me, it's a competition. So
if you figure it out, you can.
You know what I mean? And from when I was trampolining, I was always trying to win. Yeah. And I just kept that.
Yeah, because I see it like a lot of, I mean, even watching you battle, a lot of people, like when they're trying to like get in your head or something, they'll do the like writing on their hand, like, oh, you've got sets and you've got like pre-made stuff. And I mean, first of all, my opinion on that is fucking everyone does. Like, how many people in the scene are doing 100% freestyle? Like, no, even if it doesn't look like sets, there's sets in there. And for me, that comes from everything I learned, that comes from b-boys, right? Like when b-boys were battling, when I first started, it was like I was watching UK champs and seeing like, oh, okay, sometimes they have sets, sometimes they have this, like, and I guess like the first top style dancers were copying the b-boy format. Like we didn't invent this.
Yeah, well, I don't know, but that would make sense.
Yeah, I could be talking out my ass, but but I feel like the top style format of battling came from the b-boy format of battling. That would be my guess. I don't know though.
But yeah, I think that's good that you said that, because a lot of people say that about me. All of the OGs, I'll talk about popping. Yeah. When you look at them in the 80s, you see more footage in the 80s. They all do moves, like trademark moves. Right. And they're the people that inspired me. Most of them, I would say, have them now. Yeah. Some people don't, not a problem. But I find like doing this is like if you're not the type of person to do that, cool. And if you're doing that to annoy me, that's cool as well. Because I just talk rubbish in battles sometimes. But I find a lot of people that are not necessarily that creative say that. Yeah. Like, because, you know, if you're not the type of person that can think like that, or you're not able to, just be creative in general, then you're going to try and point out people's so-called bad parts. Yeah. And I think, so much, this is why anytime I teach, I tell people, like, you have to be fucking careful about saying stuff in battles, because you can kind of accidentally point out your weaknesses. Like, because you're like saying, oh, Brooke does his stuff, but you're like, first of all, you don't know the skill set there is in not only having preset bits, but fitting them to the music, fitting them to the time, because you're not just throwing them in when you feel like. I know that from just being a dancer, but it's like there's formats and there's ways that you have to structure those things. Definitely. Otherwise they're not going to work. And we've seen people that try and throw in sets and it just looks like shit. But then also you're kind of like pointing out something that you're like, oh, I don't do that. And we're like, okay, well, you're even more highlighting you're not prepared, or you don't have this skill set. For me, it's a good thing. It's not a bad thing. So yeah. And most of these things that I do come from freestyling anyway. It's not like I'm sitting there thinking like, what can I do? And a lot of it's muscle memory. Yeah. But yeah, it's about like, you get the impact from when you do it. Yeah. You can't just do your moves or your sets or whatever it is and just do it anywhere. It's not going to work. You can't do loads of them. It's not going to work. There's definitely a balance. Yeah. So, sure. I mean, when you watch the best b-boys in the world, they're doing like, you can watch the opponent when someone's doing their round. They're just like, they know their whole set pretty much. Not to say that I try to dance like that, but b-boys, like when it comes to battling, they just taking it to another level. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So watching them is a good thing.
And even, you know, even like you're more old school than me. But but like even when I first started, it's like the people I was looking up to was like Jadawi, Salah, like they had sets for day. Like Jadawi got the same kind of criticism you did, I guess, in battles of like the having sets and stuff. But it's like I always used to say, it's like if you look, he never did the same thing twice in a round. He never did the same thing twice in a competition. Like even if it was from prelims to finals, you might have seen it 3 times before on YouTube, but you're not seeing it because he's smart about it the same way I think you use it as well. What was I going to ask? But do you? No, I don't know. I lost my train of thought on that.
Oh, let me just add one more thing.
Yes,
then.
do.
Like, this is the thing about dance. Like, you do it the way you want to do it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, there's people in my crew that don't have no moves.
Yeah.
Or moves or sets. Or,
yeah.
Even though, okay, I think everyone does.
I mean, even if you think
bit.
about like a Fresno is kind of a pre-made. You know what I mean? Like there's things that are techniques and like a walkout.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah,
you could say, well, oh, you're using a
like
pre-made move, kind of.
I guess so, yeah. But I think when people do this, they're generally not talking about that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, like if that's the way you want to dance, then that's cool, man. Like I love people that dance like that. But if you're the type of person that likes to have trademark moves,
yeah,
you know, because all of that stuff is really good for shows as well. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If you're making a show, well, especially the type of shows that I make, a lot of it is based around what people can do. So if you can do something special, you got some magic tricks.
Yeah.
We're going to use that, you know what I mean?
Especially even like going to auditions and stuff, there's often a bit where they ask you,
of course.
Has anyone got any tricks or anything, or any like want a freestyle round or?
Because yeah, in a battle, like if you're someone that's going to get to the final, you're going to dance in the pre-selection, top 16, top 8, top 4 final. People are going to see you. They're going to really see how good you are.
Yeah.
In that sense, but like sometimes you have 30 seconds, and that's all anyone's ever going to see of you. You need to do something, and the music might be completely whack.
Yeah.
But yeah, each to their own, innit? Like me, I'm inspired by the Nicholas Brothers. I'm inspired by the Electric Boogaloos, the Lockers. All of them had trademark stuff. All of them had moves, and I'm going to continue to do that.
Yeah. You know, if anyone's ever seen me dance, I'm with you. I'm definitely on that side of the thing of having preset moves, but like
I also feel like you should be able to dance without doing them as well.
Yeah.
I fully practice that.
Yeah.
All the time.
And I think anyone that's seen you beyond YouTube knows that you're not only using those, but you'll use it. The way I see it, it's like you're using them to win. And that's the annoying thing I find about you is like, especially having to battle you ever, is kind of like, no matter how much I feel like, or even watching someone battle you, because, you know, I love the competition of it as well. And sometimes, especially in the UK, I have a thing, like, of course, good natured, but it's like, when there's someone battling you that's like not as good, I'm kind of rooting for them almost. I'm like, come on, fucking get him.
Proper English guy, man.
But I just love
people love the underdog, man.
Yeah, no, it's true. I do love the underdog, but also it's like, but it's for me, yeah, it is an underdog thing, but also it's just it would be more of an achievement for someone on a medium or low level to beat you. That would be cool.
Yeah, of course.
And then it's as soon as you go into like the world stage, I'm on your side because I'm like, oh, I want Brooke to take out like the top guy. I want Brooke to win Juste Debout this year, or, you know, it's like I want to see an achievement being made rather than you in your comfort zone just smoking some young kid. Like for me, that's cool, but it's not like exciting.
Yeah, of course.
But yeah, I think also like when with the going back to the preset moves and people cussing that, it's like for me, I think you don't understand battles because there's no rule saying you can't do that. So it's like, what are you pointing out? Usually this thing came from like pointing something out to the judges, I guess. Like if a b-boy crashed, you're like hitting the floor to say more to the judges and the audience, or like to get in his head and say you did something wrong, or like what we agree on as wrong. But so when you're doing this, I'm like, do you think that we all think that that's wrong and that we haven't noticed it before you did that? It's like, why are you saying it?
Well, I'll let you know from now. Me as a judge, if you do that, that's not going to help me in my decision. No. It might get into someone's head, which is, I'm all for that.
Oh, man. Yeah, me too.
Because I talk rubbish, I lie in battles.
Yeah, I mean, I'm having Ice on the podcast, I think, next week, but I had a conversation with him about this because he wrote a status, I think, ages ago on Insta story or something saying like, if people say I bit something but I didn't, and I was like, bro, I'll do that. Like, I'll call you a biter, even if I know full well you made that up. Because for me, it's like the point of shit talking in battles is to put the other person off their game. As soon as you're worrying about me, you're not worrying about your dance anymore, and then you're not going to dance. It's also
knowing who you can do that to as well, because there's people that I know I can get in your head.
Yeah.
And then there's other people that I know they're just like ice cold.
Yeah.
So there's no point.
Or
in doing
used
that.
to it, like they do this for a living. Like someone like you, or like, I would probably talk shit to you just for fun. But like most people, it's like if you're actually trying to win, it's like that's not going to help. I remember ages ago when Dom first started battling, he battled Alpa, and there's a lot of things that don't have context for people that don't know these people, but it's all right. But he battled Alpa, and Dom went second, and Alpa didn't know him at the time, and Alpa was going easy. Not that Dom necessarily would have won, but he was doing a very easy round because Dom was just some little kid. And Dom was talking shit to him. And I was like, what? So Alpa kind of looked at him and went, all right, and went harder and smoked him. And I was like, you could have like kind of made yourself look good by comparison. But it's like, there's some people that you're like, oh, you want to talk shit? Okay. Like,
I think that definitely, I think it helps I think it helps me, to be honest.
If someone's talking shit to you.
Yeah.
Because you've got more of a reason to like, or more of a like fire to beat him.
Yeah. It's like my sister will tell you this. I used to wind her up like I'm sure a lot of older brothers do that, but I used to be on another level. Sorry, Roxy, for all of that. But it kind of, when people are talking shit, they're trying to win, or they're trying to, there's something there. I'm getting a reaction out of them. So for me, it's kind of like, even though they're trying to wind me up, the smirk that I'm going to give them is like,
it's going to piss them off.
Come on, man.
Yeah.
I like that.
And I think there's a lot, I talk about this, especially when I'm teaching, like I talk about this so much, but there's like, people don't know how to fucking talk shit in battles. Not only do they not know what they're saying, they're just doing this for no reason, like, or holding up random gang signs that they saw on YouTube, but also they're pissing themselves off more than anything, like they're getting frustrated. But you know what always gets me as well is when people are like, they act like the other person's round was shit when they just blew up the room. And it's like, you look like a dickhead because the other person did something like a sick trick and you're like, nah, like that's crap. Like, it's like, okay, you have to be realistic. You can say you're better, or you can say
the ones where you just need to just not say it, just be quiet. You don't have to give them props, but maybe just like, just tie your shoelace or something.
Oh, I was on my phone. I missed that. Sorry. But it's one thing to think that you're better, but also this is the other thing with that is like, the more you make your opponent look like shit, the more you devalue your own victory. I don't know if you can hear the police sirens, but that's annoying.
South London, innit?
Yeah, we live in the hood here. No, we don't. But yeah, like you devalue your own victory. If I say, oh, this guy's shit, he's doing crap, he's writing his own sets, he's doing like, and then I beat you, it's like, oh, well, so what? You beat someone who you thought was shit. Do you know what I mean? Like, I'd rather be like, kind of not give props, but be like, oh, this guy's fucking dope, but look how good I am in comparison. Or you did something that was dope, like you did lines or something, and then now I'm going to go in and do it better than you. But the more you say someone's shit, the more it's like, well, so what then? You beat them, you beat someone shit. Like,
but then they feel bad about themselves, which is cool as well.
What if they lose?
If you've just been telling them that they're shit and then
they lose. Yeah, that is, I love that.
No, I'm just joking, man. That's mean.
No, but it's true.
Yeah, it's true.
But yeah, I think that's like people get too like into the whole, especially nowadays with YouTube, they just copy what they see their favorite dancer do with no context. They don't talk to people and understand why people are doing stuff. And there's like, as a whole. Stop
cussing people, man. You're not a very positive person, are you?
All right, let's be positive then. Let's talk about Juste Debout. So you didn't enter Juste Debout last week.
No, man.
Could you explain to us why? Because I feel like when we were there, they were so funny, like, especially with people I was talking to, like our friendship circle, it was kind of like, oh, Brooke and Dixon entering today. Brooke and Dixon. And then it was like, yeah, I don't know, I think they were. He said to me last week he might be entering. And then they said today, but they're not coming. And then this person told me that they're not coming. And do you see them? I haven't seen them. And then it was like, popping prelims starting in 2 minutes. Everyone's like, Brooke and Dixon, Brooke and Dixon. And then, and then the prelims started and we're like, oh, it might be real. They're not here. And so that's what I felt like anyway, the people I was around at Juste Debout UK. But everyone was a bit like, oh shit, they didn't enter. Because it's been since 2011. I remember the first one.
Yeah, Dixon missed one. I did it with Paris once.
Yeah, but you've been there every year.
Since 2011,
yeah. So this was the first time. What was it that made you not enter this time?
We got a show on the day of Juste Debout.
The finals. Fair. So you were just like, there's no point, even just for the
It's not
bragging.
the only reason though.
Care to expand?
No, actually, Dixon was meant to be in Hong Kong for 7 weeks, but because of the the coronavirus and all of that, he wasn't allowed to go, or they cancelled it. But yeah, it was just kind of,
it was never going to work, and
not really. We've thought about it though.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, it just didn't work.
Yeah, fair enough. And you wouldn't have done it just for the competitiveness of like, we just want to beat people and then give the prize over to second place.
No, that's rude, man. I probably would have just entered for the sake of it last year though, but now it's a bit different.
Okay. And how do you feel about? Did you see how you were there, right? You saw Harry and Nick's round. How do you feel about that?
About their rounds,
or just them winning? Do you feel like, did they kill it? Like, what?
I thought the popping was sick, man. Popping smacked up all the other categories.
Do you think?
Oh yeah, I spoke to you about this the other day.
I think hip hop was way better, to be honest. Like, no offense to the poppers, but
I didn't see the pre-selection though.
But even the top 8, I felt. I mean, for hip hop, there's maybe other people I would have put through if I was judging.
I didn't watch the hip hop, by the way.
Didn't watch any of it.
I watched the final.
Oh, okay. I thought it was quite live, the hip hop, but also I think a lot of them I hadn't seen battle before. Or at least not together in hip hop. And I feel like with popping, I had kind of seen everyone. There was a girl Jules battled with. I forget her name.
Motherfunk.
Yes. She was cool. I hadn't seen her before, I don't think. But besides that, I've seen everyone. So I wasn't so blown away.
Fair enough.
And then I think like, I just felt like with you and Dixon missing, there was a lot of the monsters missing besides Harry and Nick.
Yeah, I just thought like, well, I think Jules is in my crew.
Yeah.
And him and his partner, I thought they did really good.
They did. That routine was really nice that they did in the
exactly.
their battle.
And it just like their energy was good.
Yeah.
So I was happy about that. That's like kind of
because you like have a
personal
personal
thing.
investment. Yeah,
exactly. TJ is obviously in my crew as well.
TJ killed it. I feel like he was a crowd favorite that day.
Yeah,
people were loving him.
He's not that good, but he smacked it.
Yeah.
But him and his partner Andre, they were sick together, man.
Yeah, that was a good mix.
That's the most consistent I've ever seen him be.
Yeah, that's true. You can tell they worked for it a bit.
Yeah,
like they trained before and stuff.
Tom and Silk.
I think them and Nick and Harry should have been the finals. Like, I mean, in the hype of that battle.
Oh yeah,
was
that
like
battle was mad.
Final. Who were they actually in the final against?
Against Andre and TJ.
And TJ, yeah. Like, I felt like that was good, but like how hyped the semi-final. I was like, that should have been the final.
Because you remember what the songs they were playing though in the semi-final, it was like bangers.
Right.
Whereas, not saying nothing about the DJ, but the music in the final was
not so.
Like I thought because TJ battled Nick and it was like they couldn't really like
go in. Yeah, true.
You know what I mean? So
also I think I always find this hard where it's like the good thing is that the scene is coming more and more together, especially since I started when I felt like maybe it was a bit more like crew orientated. Now it's like we're all, because we've expanded out of the country, we're all a bit more together. But then it's like you don't really get that same, because it's like Nick and Andre and Harry and TJ, it's like we're kind of friends all in the same, so it's hard to get that real, like the same way you would if you were at Bercy, or like if someone from another country comes over. It's like,
I think in general but I think like if Firehouse battled Monsters, we would be like,
that's true, that's always a bit
we're all cool with each other, and half of us in promotion's half Firehouse, half Monsters, you know what I mean? But but no, I think everyone did good, man.
Yeah, it was sick.
It was kind of good seeing Nick with because he was the only older? Like everyone else was young, you know what I mean? So
I don't know. I feel like Ty is more like Nick's my generation as well.
Yeah, Taiwo and Jules a bit, but yeah, I was talking about the final. Sorry.
Oh, okay, right. But yeah, he was the older one.
And the semi-final as well. But it's like, I know him and TJ didn't really get to dance in the final, but like his maturity, you can see it.
Yeah, it stands out.
Even though, some people might have done the hype around. It's just like, I don't know, it's good to see now. Like now
Yeah.
that we're a bit older and we don't always enter all the competitions,
Right.
you can see things like that. But
Yeah.
it's kind of just like Nick doesn't have to do like a amazing round for his standards, but it's kind of just like,
It's enough.
yeah,
Like,
you know
and
what I
he
mean?
knows that it's enough. Like,
Yeah,
he's
yeah,
like, I
yeah.
don't have to pull out all my great. Like, I think did he do much robot in the finals?
I can't remember, but it was.
I feel like I remember thinking like, he's not even like resorting to the robot kind of thing. Where it's like, I feel like that would be his like, oh, you want to get fucked up, like, like check this. But he was kind of
If he
like,
does the robot against you, boy, you know that's like basically him going like this to you.
It's either like you pissed him off or he's worried he might lose. It's like, oh, I'm pulling out the robot. Like one of two things is happening.
But yeah, it was good, man. It's good to see. I think Harry's been in the final before, but it was good to see Andre and TJ in the final.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, TJ's semi-final was a mad one.
Who was that against?
Taiwo and
Oh yeah,
Slayer.
yeah.
'Cause
TJ's
I was
going
to cuss him after the quarterfinals. I was gonna cuss him, but I didn't see him until after the semi. So
Yeah.
I said, I was gonna cuss you,
But you did good. Sick. Yeah, he's good, man, and he's got good since he first. I remember when he was. I don't even know how old he is now, but he looks like he's fucking 30. But like when he was like,
I'm glad you said that.
Why?
He tries to cuss me about being old, innit? So
but he looks like a grown man now. Like
Boom.
even like he's muscularly, he's like you can see him like growing up. Like, but I remember him when he first was in the scene and he was like a kid, and now it's like, oh, that guy could knock me out. But yeah, he's got good, man. He's really improved. I don't know how much you want to go into the Bruce situation, the call out.
Why are you making it like it's some deep thing though?
Well, all right, yeah, it doesn't have to be. But just what was because I think like, especially because you posted it on Instagram and you said we had an issue. No, I had an issue. There was a call out and we battled. That was what you posted. Something along those lines.
Yeah.
Would you want to talk about what the issue was?
Yeah, he wrote on Instagram. I think Lil Amok wrote something about Kev. I can't remember what he said, but that
was after the commentating thing, right?
Maybe.
I feel like that was probably the thing about.
Maybe. Yeah, I can't be sure.
Yeah.
But yeah, he cussed Kev. Kev is Renegade, by the way.
Yeah.
And Bruce co-signed it. I can't remember what he said, but he
something.
co-signed it. Renegade is my friend, but he's also my coach. So yeah, when it happened, I didn't say nothing to no one. I was just like, okay, when I see Bruce, I'm gonna, gonna battle for that. Like nothing deep.
Yeah.
So the next time I saw him or had the opportunity was at Juste Debout. I mean, I got there when the battles were about to start. And then there was one break, which was before the final. So just before I go there, I heard that he had a thing with Frankie. I won't like say what happened.
Right.
Frankie is also my friend. He's in my crew as well. Where I heard he was being rude to Frankie, so that was kind of, I was already going to do it, but it was kind of like a bit more fuel.
Like nail in the coffin, like this needs to happen today. I mean?
So, so he went to the cypher and I just was like, that's why it happened.
Fair enough.
Pretty much.
And I mean, I guess the thing is with these things that it's, like you said, it doesn't have to be that deep because it was dance still. I feel like and this is the thing I think people get messed up is like, if ever it's like a real deep issue, people will stop dancing and start like, let's have a conversation about it, or, some people are going to fight or whatever. But this is like, I've had conversations with a lot of people after like heated battles and they've been like, no, but if it was a real problem, then we wouldn't have kept it in the battle. Like the battle would have stopped. So like, I guess in that way, it's like you weren't pissed off enough that it was like, Bruce, we need to talk. It was more, Bruce, let's just battle and like prove whatever it is.
Yeah, I mean, like if I had a problem with everyone that chatted rubbish about all my friends, like, it'd just be like never ending.
Especially Kev. You try and go after everyone that hates Kev.
But yeah, I felt like I can't remember what was said, but I felt like it didn't make sense anyway. So I was just like, nah, man.
Oh, on the Instagram post. Yeah.
So yeah, I just did that. Like literally, it was that.
Yeah.
Like it was no problem at all. Obviously, like it kind of spilled onto Instagram after, which was not my intention. I don't like doing that stuff on Instagram or Facebook. or YouTube.
Mm.
I see you lot, by the way.
On where?
Chat Mouse.
On YouTube.
Or Facebook or Instagram.
Well, I have to say, I was going to bring this up, but the thing that pissed me off about that, well, first of all, when you posted on Instagram, did you feel like it was probably there was some attention going to happen when you posted it?
Yeah, because I feel like it's good for people to see. But I also wrote it in a way where I was trying to not make it go into anything.
Yeah.
You know, obviously there's a lot of youngers on Instagram, like family members and stuff. I'm not trying to like, not trying to just not trying to chat rubbish, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Chat rubbish in the battle only.
Yeah. And I do like that you put like, I had an issue as opposed to we had, because it's more like he was living his life and he had his opinions of people, whatever. But it's like you that said, I don't like what you're thinking and what you're saying out loud. Let me like make a thing of it.
It's literally just that, man.
Yeah. The thing I was going to say is that that annoyed me about the Instagram post, not you, but the people that were commenting, because what I get annoyed by is everybody's jumping on your post and in a way hiding behind you and saying, yeah, he got exposed, fuck Bruce, like, oh, these French people, blah, blah, blah. And it's like, and some of those people are friends of mine, but I'm like, if Bruce came for you in a battle, you'd cry. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, or, you know, maybe there's people that would be brave enough to do it, but you'd get smoked. Like, Bruce is not, like him or dislike him, whatever, he's a very good dancer. And I don't think if you thought he was shit, you would have called him out. It would have just been like, you know, I'll talk to you or whatever. But the point of battling him is like, I'm going to test my skills against yours because you're so good. And I want to show you like I can be better or I can do this or whatever. But that was what annoyed me about people jumping on the comments and saying this and that. And it's like, yeah, but there's two of you that are going to hold a candle to Bruce if he actually wanted to battle you.
Yeah, well, I mean, yeah.
Not that you can control that, I'm just saying.
But it's good to have support, you know what I mean? I'm sure if he posted the same thing, like there'd be a million people saying this same type of thing about me. But yeah, I didn't want to say much because I know people don't like first of all, the footage is not showing everything.
Yeah.
I only got little bits and pieces of the footage. And I know that other people, they don't know the reason it happened.
Yeah.
They'll know now. But yeah, you know what people are like when they're commenting. This is the thing. This is kind of why it happened, and then it might happen with other people as well. Because when people are online, I'm not saying Bruce is like this. I think he would say it in person.
Yeah.
But other people, like, they're online and they just say what they want.
Yeah.
They think they're never going to see you, and then when you see them, whether it be for a battle or talk or something else,
it's a different
it's
story.
just not the same energy, you know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure. And I think that's the thing as well, is like you can support someone without having to necessarily jump on their side and cuss the other person, whether it be online or in real life. Like I would like to say we're friends. I feel like we're friends, but I feel like this is, you're gonna expose me and say no, but
of course, bro.
but no, but like I feel like me and you are friends, and I feel like I'm on your side in the sense of, great, you had an issue and you wanted to address it, and I fucking love that you didn't chat shit online, chat shit about behind his back. You just went, cool, like let me wait until the next time I see you, and addressed it. And even like on the post, you replied to him directly, and you know what I mean? There's no like, oh, fuck Bruce. But at the same time, I don't have a problem with Bruce. Do you know what I mean? And in that way, I'm just, because Brooke has a problem with Bruce, I'm not going to jump on Instagram and be like, yeah, fuck Bruce. Do you know what I mean? Like he's been nice to me ever since I've met him. I don't know, you know, if there's something that someone tells me like, oh yeah, he said you're an arsehole, then it's a different story. But while it's like you have a problem with Bruce, I can observe that from the outside. I can be on your side and say, good for Brooke, go get him. And especially in a dance way, be like, yeah, I want it. Like there's a million reasons I can be like, I want to see you do that. Like, cause you're from the same country as me. Like, cause Bruce has such a big name. Like there's a lot of reasons I want to see that battle happen. But it doesn't mean I need to jump on your dick, you know?
I mean, I think it depends on what someone said. I think it's good for like my friends to support me.
Yeah.
And if they agree with what I did, because obviously some people I've spoken to and they know what happened, so they might have shared the post, or people just generally like the fact that happened, you know. So I agree with that.
Yeah.
Because some people they didn't say nothing to me, and they're either in my crew or
nothing
wrong with that. Like if you don't want to be involved, no problem. But yeah, when people just straight cuss someone for they don't even know. But that's the type of thing that happens. That's why I don't like getting into it on Instagram, you know.
Because it's too easy for people to jump. But I've seen that happen in real life, that someone's battling and then the person, you know, everyone goes and stands behind their friend, but that person behind is cussing as well. And then as soon as the battle finishes, they get called out on the cypher and they're like, real consequences. Like, I've seen that happen with people from...
I love that sort of stuff.
Yeah. Because it's like, oh, you think you can hide behind... Because it's like, if I'm behind you in a organized battle and I'm cussing, for that minute, it's them that is you that's dancing. But then as soon as it's out, it's like, okay, well, you're the one who also said something, let's battle. And I'm like, oh, fuck. So I think there's a lot of people that... I think this is the whole thing with like YouTube and...
A lot of my people would have handled it though, to the people that shared.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's a lot of people I don't even know that wrote on it. But like, I'm talking about some of the people that I can remember that.
And I'm like, and also it's not for me to decide that they could or couldn't handle it. Do you know what I mean? Like, there's people that I think might have like shit themselves, but who would have...
I know what you're saying though. Like, when people have said something about me, and then you see the other people that are commenting, and I'm like,
who are you? Yeah.
I see you all the time, but what are you talking about? Yeah,
it's just that safety in numbers kind of thing of like, oh, he's not going to pick me out of the crowd because everybody's saying it. Like, I guess this is I mean, not to go into it now, but like, problem with like celebrity culture, this is like a small taster of it, is like the reason we can all jump on the thing of like, I don't know, cussing out some Love Island person or something is because you don't think they're ever going to see it, or even if they do, they're never going to like respond to you personally because there's a million people saying it. So you kind of feel this safety in cussing people, which is so fucking unhealthy. But also I think that thing is a sign of like, people aren't in this, like I'm not in the battle scene heavy like that, but I'm around enough that I've spoken to Bruce. I know people from France. So I'm not going to just jump on your side because I'm going to have to go to Paris at some point by myself. Do you know what I mean? And I know these people and they know me. So there's a lot of people that I'm going to be in the same scene as this. But if you're not in the scene ever and you're just at home on your sofa, you don't feel ever in danger, do you? You're like, oh, they're not going to come to fucking my house or the corner shop or whatever.
Say, whose comment are you talking about, man? Be real, bro.
All right. You wanna do this, Brooke?
No, actually, because you might drop someone's name. That's rude, man.
Called your bluff.
Yeah.
No, but that's the thing. I'm not saying what people commented is wrong. I'm wondering, do they think about the fact that I'm wondering out loud if everyone who commented on your post in like heavy support of you, or not so much support of you, but like them also disrespecting Bruce on your page, are they prepared to battle Bruce themselves? Because I wouldn't even
there
jump.
Wasn't a lot of people that disrespected him, was there?
Not. Let me just check without saying anything.
Like if someone said, "Oh, Brooke smoked him" or something, that's
that. Well, yeah, okay, maybe not like Brooke smoked him, but there was a few like things that I was like, yeah, like it for me, I guess more it's the stuff of being like, oh, I got smoked, blah blah blah, like, yeah.
But that stuff.
Because as soon as I say the comment, people are gonna know I'm talking about them. But which is fine.
Let me see it.
Oh fuck! I just closed it. Okay, we're just bringing this up. If I get video things, I can like put the comments up as well, so I can just cuss people out like that. But like, I don't know, even like the little smoking emojis and like, wait, oh, where was I? Just lost. Like, for example, like what? And like, yeah, I don't know. And this is more reminded me of a bigger problem than specifically just this post, but more like that this happens all the time on YouTube battles.
I definitely hear what you're saying. I mean, the second one you just showed me is a bit deep.
Yeah.
But there's truth in that though.
Yeah, but
maybe they wouldn't say it in front of them, but there's definitely truth in that. But
with all this is what I mean, all these comments are how much of this is coming from personal experience? How much have you been like, you know, if you're cussing French people or you're cussing certain dancers, or how much is that from you having a problem with them, or you've seen on YouTube or you've heard from people? Like, I mean, I've heard so many things about French dancers or French people being rude, but like when I first went to Paris, it was like the group of people that when I first started going to Paris properly, I went once before with the battle, but I was around like Sasha, Blondie, Stokos, these guys. And I went because I was friends with Sasha and those guys, and then I went to battles with them. So I've never had any rudeness or problems with French people because I've always been like, oh, you're Sasha's friend. Oh, nice to meet you. That's like from everyone. And even people that I've been like, oh, damn, I've heard this guy's rude, but like they've been fucking nice to me. So it's like, I can never say like, oh, Paris is like this or French people are like this, because my experience is it's a fucking welcoming, lovely place, you know. Not so much the underground at rush hour, but everything else, you know.
Well, yeah, I mean, France, they've probably invited me to their country more than anyone else, you know what I mean? So I'm not gonna like chat about them like that.
But I just think it's like I mean, it's the same thing with everything, but like people want to be patriotic and proud of the UK, but it doesn't mean you need to cuss other countries to do that. Like,
yeah, but like when this is the thing that's good with French people, is that when you battle them and you chat, you talk shit.
Yeah,
they talk shit
yeah,
right
yeah,
back.
yeah.
So every time people are like, you got a problem with West Gang.
Yeah,
you don't like them. And I'm like, nah, man, we're cool. We're mad cool. Like we sit down and chill together and all of that.
They just know how to battle. Yeah, and go back and forth.
They're well, them particular, they're probably the best poppers in the world right now. You know what I mean? In terms of battles.
Yeah.
Or some of the best poppers in the world. But yeah, I mean, I've had some rudeness in Paris, like on the underground and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But generally, they support me personally anyway. But you know, I think that's one of the reasons why France have the best, in my opinion, they have the best scene in the world.
Yeah,
because they're really like competitive. I think some type of rudeness, it helps. Like you know, if you know you're not that good, you're gonna get cussed for it. You're gonna be like, I need to get good, man.
Yeah.
Like when you go there, every time I go to France, I say I'm in the lion's den, man.
Yeah.
Because it's just like you look around, there's so many serious people, man, and like they just like hungry.
Yeah, it's like battle time.
It's like you go there and you're like, you know what I mean?
That's true. Actually, I do feel like that going. Especially, like, I mean, it's the same in the UK, but the smaller battles. Like if you won't feel like that at Juste Debout and Bercy, but you'll feel like that in the smaller battles where it's like everybody's ciphering, everybody's around, like.
Yeah, I mean, I know what you're saying, yeah, but at that place in Paris is and on another level, in my opinion.
Bercy?
No, not Bercy.
Oh.
Sorry, you're talking about the small. Sorry, yeah.
I'm saying like
right,
as in the smaller battles in Paris are like where
it's
it's
exactly.
way hardcore, more hardcore than the showcasey battles in Paris.
No, yeah,
because you might go there and be like, oh, everyone's lovely, everyone's like, but then when you go to a place where it's like only dancers and it's like a cypher session or whatever, you're like, oh fuck.
Yeah, man.
What I wanted to ask you about is, I feel like a lot of people, and tell me how far you want to go with this, but like people see you as like really quiet, or like they haven't spoken to you a lot. And I feel like it's weird. I mean, I've known you for a long time, but I feel like we've had some pretty decent long conversations, but a lot of people see you as quiet, or they haven't really heard you talk so much, especially because online you're not such a keyboard warrior. So I think people feel a bit like that you're a bit reserved, or a bit like taking a step back from outside of dance, like communicating with people and stuff. Is that on purpose, or how do you feel?
No, it's not on purpose. It's just, that's literally just me, you know what I mean? I was a shy kid. But it's weird, like up until, I don't know, I didn't realize it.
Right.
Up until I was like, I don't know, a teenager or a young adult. I can't remember specifically when. And then like, I can't remember what people have said, but it was kind of like, oh man, like something I need to think about all the time and be aware of it. But obviously now
they were telling you to be aware of it,
or it would just be brought up, or you know, because Brooke don't like me and all of that stuff. Right. I've been hearing that my whole life, of people that I've never spoke to and all of that. My eyesight is one thing, because I have keratoconus in my eyes.
Okay.
There was a long time where my glasses wouldn't work because it changes the shape of your eye. So
what you have changes the shape of your eye, right? Yeah.
And then I had a couple of operations on it. So now, you know, I'm able to drive.
Oh, wow, nice.
But my eyesight is not amazing. But
so you may or may not recognize someone who,
especially before.
Yeah,
you know
right.
I mean? But yeah, now I don't. That's just me, you know what I mean? I don't care of what people's opinions are that have never met me, you know. But yeah, I tried to be like, especially with the youngers in the scene, you know what I mean? Try and like say hello to them or whatever, you know. But yeah, generally I don't really care anymore, because you know you need to look further than that, like look past that. If maybe I have anxiety, or I'm really shy. I'm not now, but you need to think about why someone is the way they are. You know,
I remember having an argument, a debate with someone about you, actually, about, where was it? I don't remember. That they were like, oh yeah, you know Brooke, right? And I was like, yeah. And they were like, oh, he's like something that, again, like that you seemed rude or something. But it was because you didn't like hang out with everyone after a jam or something. And I was like, what the fuck? Like, why does he have to? And they're like, he just we were all hanging out and blah blah blah. And he just and I was like, but just because he's a good dancer and you know him and you know his name and you've seen him on YouTube doesn't mean he needs to be your friend or like wants to, or like, how do you know what is going on in people's life? And this is what I mean, going back to the celebrity culture thing, it's kind of like I feel like in the dance world, it's like a mini version. We see this like the start of how things grow with people like David Beckham or whatever, but like where as soon as someone gets a name and gets big, you feel like you're entitled to their time and their attention and for them to be nice to you even. Like there's a lot of people, and again, back to the celebrity culture and stuff, like, when you meet a celebrity and ask for his autograph and he's like, fuck off. And you're like, oh, that guy's an arsehole. And it's like, well, why did you expect him not to be? Because you know his music. You don't know him as a person. So it's like, not saying you're an arsehole,
no,
but like, why do they expect that because you're there to dance, you have any other requirements to fucking sign autographs?
I mean, like, I'm not saying I'm the nicest person in the world or the friendliest person or whatever, but everybody's different, man. We don't all have to be the same.
Yeah, just because we dance.
My mum is really quiet. My sister is not.
Anybody that knows Roxy.
Yeah. My brother is super quiet.
Yeah.
But like, obviously I know him. So when I see him and he's just sitting there like this, I don't feel any way about him because I know him, you know. And I would like to think that my people feel the same way too, you know what I mean? But yeah, man, I'm just not the type of person that just goes around talking to people all the time, you know what I mean? I try to say hello to the people that I know. If you want to have a conversation with me, but like,
you're not going to go out of your way to make sure you've like,
you know what I mean?
Yeah, and I think
I do get irritated a lot by some people.
Me too. That could be a podcast in itself.
Yeah, I get irritated. So, but like, without being super judgmental, dancers, we chat a lot of rubbish, man. People chat a lot of rubbish. Yeah. So, if you want to chat rubbish about my people, me, fine. But I'm not someone that's just gonna forget it ever happened if you're not addressing it with me or whatever. You know what I mean? I'm the first person. Because everyone makes stupid mistakes, just address it. Yeah. You know what I mean? Some people have done that to me. I ain't gonna say any names, but like, it's literally no problem. Some people have been cussing me for years, and then they're just like, I should never have done that or whatever.
But if you just want to act like nothing ever happened and not acknowledge it, then you can't expect the person to forgive you. Yeah, man.
I mean, I cuss a lot of people too. I ain't no guru out here.
Yeah. But no, but also it's like the thing I have to remind myself, because I'm so bad for that. Like, somebody pisses me off or says something, and I'm like, all right, you're an asshole to me for the rest of my life. Like, but the thing is the same thing what we said about you, that there's more to you than meets the eye, I guess, and you might have other stuff going on, but maybe that person was being an arsehole because they had stuff going on and now they're a nicer person. And
exactly.
You never know what's going on in their life as well. And
I mean, exactly. They might be going through something.
Yeah. And they like taking it out.
You don't want to speak about, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So you always have to, there's always I don't think people are bad just for the sake of it, It's like insecurities or peer pressure or whatever it is, you know what I mean? So, but I think I say this to anytime, like, my people, my girl or my sister, or, when people say stuff, I'm just like, why do you care so much
about them? Just
like whatever this, if they're saying something about them or they done something stupid, I'm like,
just let it go.
Exactly. I know it's annoying sometimes when it's your friends or you feel betrayed or whatever it is, but we're humans, you know what I mean? So, but that's just my perspective on it. I know a lot of people won't see it that way, but
I think a lot of times pride comes into it as well, because you're like, I can't let them get away with that publicly, that they said that, or that, you know what I mean? And it's like, you have to feel like you have to respond or have to get annoyed by it when it's like
publicly. It's annoying, man. Yeah, I really like, especially with the online stuff. That for me, I'm responding to people, but even if I haven't seen you in 5 years, I'm still gonna. It has to be addressed. Yeah. So some people I haven't seen for a long time.
Yeah.
I will see them. So. But I don't like that, man, because you write, once you've written it, unless you're apologizing to everyone that saw it, it's kind of like, So yeah, it's real
Everybody,
childish, man.
Yeah.
Remember when I was like 18 and I used to chat rubbish online? It's like, come on, man, you can't be doing that no more, man.
Yeah.
Especially like the elders.
Yeah, it's one thing if it's like a kid, and that annoys me in its own way, but also like if you're a grown up and you're doing it, it's like,
It's
what are we
two
doing
different
here?
things, you know what I mean? I mean, like, have your debates, heated debates, but when you're just like throwing insults and stuff and people, like, you know, that's kind of what happened on my Instagram post. It's like, you just cussing me, you're just saying stuff, you know what I mean, to just like win the argument.
Yeah. I mean, this is like fucking whole problem with society and anyway, but yeah. I think with you, one, like, you know, why I'll always like not defend you, like if I ever hear someone saying like Brooke's rude or this type of thing, like I would be like, fucking absolutely not, because I feel like you're one of the people that, and I want to talk about this or write about this at some point about like my journey in the UK scene, but I feel like you're one of the people that's like gone out of their way on multiple occasions to help me, like for no apparent reason whatsoever. Like I always tell people this actually, but like that, you know, it's the actions speak louder than words thing of like, me and you can not hang out, not speak. Like, I don't think we've ever like gone for coffee or something. Do you know what I mean? But there's been times where I've been like, I'll just be like, oh, can I send you a voice note? I need help on how to, what was the most recent thing? Like how to choreograph for like corporate events. And it's something that came up in my life. And I was like, all right, who's the person that is one of the better people that I know of this? I was like, Brooke, send you a voice note. I think you sent me like back like a 5-6 minute voice note explaining all like the techniques and the way, for no reason. Like, I don't know what was going on in your day, why it's not going to benefit you. You're not getting any money or commission off what I'm doing, but like you always, I feel like since I came in the scene, like you've always gone out of your way to like help me if I ask for it. Or there's been times where we used to run battles, like you remember the first like UMA battles and stuff, and you came down and did that shoot with Jason Torres. Remember in the tunnel?
Shoot.
You and Sean came down. There was like, we did a video to promote the first UMA battles, and I just asked you to come down, and Jason was going to film it. I'll try and bring it up while we're talking, but yeah, just like stuff like that where actually you like spent time out of your way to come and do something to promote a battle that I was organizing for no reason. Like,
yeah, man, we like, this is obviously as people, it's, you know, just be good to people.
Yeah.
It's as simple as that, really. Treat others the way you want to be treated, you know. There's obviously people that I ask for help or talk to, you know, they help me, so why would I not do it back, you know? But also within the scene, we need to support each other, you know what I mean? The scene, it's not like a massive community in London anyway.
that's true.
And it's hard, like it's hard to make it, you know what I mean? And like, how many dancers just dance and can buy a house from it, you know what I mean? It's like, so
I can't find it, by the way, but I'll send it to you after. We'll put a little screen on, but yeah.
But we just need to just help each other out, man.
Yeah,
like as much as we compete against each other and we compete in battles, we compete for the same jobs or views or whatever it is, you know.
But I think that's dope, because it's like, for me, it's, you're also not the person to say stuff like this online or be like, oh, I helped out Luke, like let's all help out the younger generation. You never make statuses like that. You never write stuff like that. So just the fact that you do it,
that could be a good thing and a bad thing, because I think it's good because some people, you know, they write a lot online.
Yeah, I'm one of them, to be honest. But yeah,
and it's good because people see, you know, some people like Kev, he speaks like every day, he writes something, and you know, people see it and it's good. And then, you know, I don't really say anything unless I'm actually talking to you. So yeah, it's a good thing and a bad thing, I guess. Maybe when I do say something, someone might listen more than, because I never hardly any say anything.
Yeah.
I've been told that before, but
it like holds more weight because you wouldn't speak if it didn't really make a difference, kind of thing, or like it wouldn't really matter. Like if you're writing something, it means something a lot to you. Whereas for me, it might be just
like sometimes I might just write something like someone needs to say it, you know what I mean? That type of thing. So yeah, man.
Fair enough. And just last thing I wanted to ask you about is like, I feel like a lot of people are kind of put you on a pedestal of like, especially in the battle side of the world. I feel like you and Frankie are similar in this sense, that we see you as like the top guys, the ones that are like representing, pushing the battle scene forward. I think you've got people like Clara and Renegade who are more like godfathers and godmothers of the scene. Do you know what I mean? and they're here like taking care of everyone. But I feel like you and Frankie are the ones, like, I would say, like on the front lines kind of thing, or at least that's how people have put you on the pedestal. Do you feel like a pressure from that, like that there's something behind you, like you don't want to, like, I don't know, let people down or anything like that? Or
Not really.
Don't really give
actually. No, yeah, I don't really feel that.
Okay. Do you feel like people do that to you though? Like put you up on that, like, oh, Brooke's that guy.
Not in a. I think it's based on achievements. You know what I
Right.
mean? I don't think like people are doing it because some people get put on pedestals and you're like,
Yeah. Where did that come from?
but yeah, like you said, me and Frankie. I think I would say there's more people than that, but
I mean, at least in the battle context, because I mean, you've even got someone like Dixon, who he's definitely done his fair share in the battle scene, but he's got his whole artistic career of like the theatre stuff on the side, which is deserving of its own praise. But I think, like, if we're talking about in this enclosed battle scene kind of thing, you're the ones that we see doing the most, like, high profile, or you know what I mean? Like,
I know what you're saying. Yeah.
Also, there's way more than that. I'm not saying you guys are the only ones, but yeah.
But yeah, I don't really feel pressure, to be honest. I think like I'm gonna do my best, whatever it is. I feel like I represent the UK battle scene, not the country.
Okay.
In a way, so it's like, I don't know. It's not patriotic. It's
one specific
for my culture type of thing. Yeah. A lot of England is it's a funny country, man.
Yeah, that's for sure.
Yeah. So, but with what I'm trying to say is that with the scene, everyone understands. Sometimes you're gonna do good, sometimes you're gonna do bad.
Yeah.
Like, I'm gonna do my best. Like, if I'm guest or whatever it is, it's for a reason. You know what I mean? So yeah, I don't feel pressure. I don't feel people like saying anything that makes me feel pressure.
Even competitive, like if you were to lose to someone who you were like, I have no business losing to this, but like me, like would it make you feel any way because of?
I think everyone loses to someone that's not as good as them.
Yeah.
Doesn't mean that you're not as good as them.
Right.
I mean, it doesn't mean mean they're better than you. Sorry.
Yeah.
But it's just literally who the 2 or 3, 4 judges vote for on that day in those 1 or 2 minutes. It doesn't really mean anything. That's one thing that I've learned a few years ago.
Yeah.
Like, we can get pissed off at judges, get pissed off at battles, but which is good because it's like you work hard for it. But at the end of the day, it's like that doesn't really matter because it's just that person's. You might know more than the judge that's judging you, and they might be biased. They might be from a different country or whatever. It's just like. Yeah, you just have to see that it's so subjective.
Yeah.
This is what I say to a lot of people, like, because I used to do trampolining. It was hard to cheat for the judges because they were from the same country as the people competing or whatever, but you get 5 scores, right? The bottom score doesn't count and the top score doesn't count.
And they take the average.
So it's like,
that's smart.
You can't really just like... Obviously, most of the time we just vote like this, so,
That's a whole other conversation in itself.
Exactly.
But... yeah, no, I think it's true, and I think it's important that people know that even you feel like that it kind of doesn't matter, and it's because also I think with battles, where we take our opinion from you is not any one battle; it's the overall how well we see you dance and like how many things.
How often do you watch, like, say Summer Dance for instance, and someone smacks the person, but they're just like, oh no, you won.
Yeah.
Because they're like out of respect or whatever. Okay, you're going to win the 500 euros. Yeah, it's good. You're going to have that title. But generally, you're like...
we remember who we thought
exactly.
won. Yeah,
So...
and even sometimes the people that... I've said this before, but like even the people that are in the top 16 and lose the first round, but it's like, that's why I went onto the YouTube to watch them.
Yeah.
Because I prefer them as a dancer. Or it was hype. But like, even though I was saying about the semi-finals, it's like... at Juste Debout UK, that it's like the semi-finals are hype, and then because of the music or whatever, like the finals aren't as hype, and it's like... how can you judge, oh, I got to the finals and this person didn't, so I'm better than them? And it's like, it's all subjective. And
yeah, that's the thing. It's like all this competition. I think of this separate. A lot of people think of it as just...
that's dance.
Yeah. That's part of the game, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That might be part of your game plan. If you go up in top 16 against the best person, you need to do your best stuff if you want to win.
Yeah.
And then you might have someone that's not that good. You want to save some stuff
Yeah,
for the
yeah.
semi-final or whatever,
100%.
you know what I mean? So yeah, it's just a game really, man, to me.
And there's, again, like, not to go, we're getting to the end, but I think one of the things is like there's way more than one way to play the game. Like, I think that what you were saying about like you're competitive and you want to win. I'm competitive, and I played basketball, but not to the same level as you did trampolining, but I played basketball, so I came from a sports background as well. But I was never like, even when I started, I was like, you know, the people who were good were like, I was like, I'm not beating these people anytime soon when I first started hip hop. And then when I got to the level where I could start beating people, fucking Ice and Evian showed up in their generation. And I was like, well, I'm not beating them now. So, but my thing with battling was always like, I may not win this competition, but you're going to fucking remember my battle. And even if that wasn't true, it's like, that's the mentality I went in with. If I'm just doing prelims today, my prelim's going to blow up the room. If I'm doing top 16, you're going to log on for this. And I was like, I'm going to do the sickest shit, even if it doesn't beat the person in the context of that, you know? And then there's people, you know, that want to get a big name in battling, not to win money or stuff. They just want to get a persona to use that to leverage jobs. And it's like, there's, you know, and just basically thinking of it as an advertising platform. But
yeah, man, as long as it works for you, just like try not to let it get to you too much. Like try and keep the love for it. You know what I mean? I'm as much as I want to win it, like I loved it, or I love it. Yeah. Not as much now, but
same. I feel like that as well. Yeah,
man.
Sick. All right. Well, let's wrap, because also you got a role for rehearsal. Sorry for keeping you.
It's cool, bro.
Is it Plague?
Pro dance.
Sorry to Pro Dance. Sorry to Rob for keeping Brooke. You can't even really lie about why you were late, because
my bus was train was cancelled.
It's actually 11 a.m. in the morning right now while we're recording, and Brooke has loads of time to get to rehearsal. All right, I'll let you roll. I appreciate you coming through.
But yeah, big up for doing this, man.
Oh, thank you. Appreciate that, man.
Giving the dancers or the people in the scene somewhere to talk, because you can always talk on Facebook and Instagram, but you know that's only selective people going to see it, and selective questions that people will ask themselves or reply to themselves. But
and I definitely didn't want to. I wanted it to be like real face-to-face shit. So I'm glad to do that, and thank you for that, saying that.
Good, bro.
Anything coming up that you need to promote, or you want to? I mean, not that I have a million followers, but anything you want people to know you're doing, or come to any workshops, or.
Nah, move in the shadows, bro. You'll find out at the time.
All right, sick. Appreciate it, man. Oh no, I need to ask you one more thing. You're not gonna tell me your hashtags that say like red pill, blue pill, what goes up must come down, and all this. I have to know.
How long have I said that?
For a long time.
No, when was the last time I said that?
Oh, I don't know, but it's just always been on my mind. It's always been on my mind. I'm like, I have to ask him, what does it mean? Or like, you don't have to tell me, but I really want to know.
Well, it's kind of like subliminal. I just do it for fun, just for my own entertainment. But,
well, you got me every time. I was like, what does it mean?
Red pill and blue pill is like Matrix, from the Matrix. What goes up doesn't have to go down.
Right.
So like you can go up and just stay there. You know what I mean? Like a lot of people say what goes up comes down.
Yeah. You mean in terms of like?
In terms of
career.
Whatever.
Okay,
you know
right.
What I mean, so that it just depends on how you want to look at. You know, I don't believe that. So you can stay up. You might have to change your angle, but. Yeah, you don't have to come down.
Okay.
What's the other ones I used to say? They have meaning.
Oh, right.
But I'm not doing it for anyone to understand.
Yeah, it's just for a little like inside thing. Yeah,
it's like red pill, blue pill, birds and the bees.
Yeah, all that. Yeah.
But that's from a Kendrick Lamar lyric, though.
Oh, okay.
You choose birds or the bees. Yeah, that's what it is. Something like that.
Sick. Cool. Yeah, I just thought of that now. I was like, oh yeah, I'll go ask him.
I might bring them back, bro.
Yeah. Well, now the mystery's gone. We'll all know. All right. Cool. Safe, man.
Boom.
Peace. And we're done.